Struggling with prop firms? Let's go. So one thing we're going to be touching on today is, where a lot of people go wrong, especially, when I speak to some of my students in the one-to-one mentorship, is we're going to be obviously using gold for the example, but I'm going to be going over, I'm going to start making videos on how you should have taken your trades for today. And I think this will provide a lot of valuable insight. So we've got this on the 1 hour time frame, right? We're going to be applying the break and retest strategy. So first, what we can do is let's go back to before London session opens and starts, right? Before it starts, we can look at this, right? Now, obviously, I'm not memorized what's happened there right now. I think there's a little bit of consolidation, but let's just work through this, right? Now, whatever we're going to use the 1 hour time frame, use the 30 minute, the 4 hour, whatever. Let's just apply this for the second, for this video purposes, example purposes, the 1 hour time frame. So what I can see over here, right, we've got this level of resistance formed, right? Asian session, it's currently 7 a.m, and then obviously markets volume is going to come in. Now I want to tell you something that maybe you know or you don't know. There's one thing that happens usually, obviously, I don't sell from resistance or I don't buy from support. There's one crazy thing that happens when London volume, you can back test this as well, pretty much with any pair, right? So let's just drop down to the 30 minute. What normally happens, actually we'll stick to the 1 hour, it gives a better example. Around when the exact time when the volume comes in, price will just come and collide with this resistance or this zone and just tank. Vice versa, if it's heading towards a support level zone, it will just bounce from there rather than breaking through. If it breaks through that, there's still a probability chance, obviously, it can just come back and shoot off from there. And I just used the wrong tool because I'm using the head and shoulder tool. What I was supposed to use was this one, and then shoot off from like that. Okay, so basically, we're gonna wait for price to see what it obviously wants to do. So we've got this level of support created here as well. Now this support, in my eyes, and this support are the most valid ones in this current moment of time. When price is heading further down here, right, I'm gonna have my eyes open for this one, right? So now obviously we're going to pop down to a small time frame. You want to use the bigger time frames obviously for your zones, smaller time frames for the breakouts, and let's just take it once. Okay, so oh, I'm moving a bit too fast. Okay, so we've got the breakout here. Now on the 1 hour time frame, what I mentioned, obviously it's not hit my zone and bounced off. That's okay, that's fine, because you can backtest this, by the way. You'll be surprised of how many times this works. But again, you want to wait for the rejections, and then you're not just gonna sit here and then set a limit order to price to bounce from the zone. No, that'll be really absolutely silly. Price is broken through. So in Asian session, this high was created here. I'm gonna change the color of this. This high was created. The 30 minute candle has just broken through this zone and closed. Broken through the high of this. What I want to do is let me just minimize this so you can focus more on the charts. So we got broken and closed above here as well. Price is coming back now. What can you do from there? Just go to a smaller time frame. Let's go to a smaller time frame. Let's go to the 10 minute time frame, and we're going to look for clues, right? Okay, so there's clear, we can clearly see price has established itself as this zone as the new support. So you can go to a different time frame, and you want to basically keep dropping down until you get a nice entry signal. Now you're probably thinking there's no super strong long wick rejection candles, there's no engulfing candles, is there? Bullish engulfing? No, not really. So where or why should you basically enter? Now this is something you want to, obviously you don't just look at entry candle, you want to join the bigger picture together, right? How can you do this? Well, when the candle closed above here, we formed a double bottom pattern, and I've done the same thing again by bringing the head and shoulders again. Just one moment. You can use that as a confluence, right? I want to make something very clear as well. This is not the exact break and retest strategy I show to my students. It's not what's made me 700k funded. um, you know, but Confluences, the more the better, and it will increase your win rate. So we've got obviously this double bottom. If you go to a smaller time frame, let's delete this. So even though we didn't get our bullish signal, but we got a, you know, price action giving us a little bit of an idea, hint where price could possibly go. If you go to a much smaller time frame, now obviously that's not the best example, but from this one here, look at this left shoulder, that's the head, that's the right shoulder. So look at this. So on the bigger on the bigger time frame, we had it was the double bottom, right? So we got head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, and we've got a double bottom. So without our entry candles signals, right? So this is sometimes price is not going to give you that, but the overall picture price will tell you that, you know, it's still give you a signal. Now this is one confluence, this is a second confluence. This is just an extra confluence, not only to take an entry, but to also, you know, hold your position for longer. Now obviously at this moment of time, price had already moved. The only thing that you had to work off is a double bottom, but still it's on a bigger time frame, right? It's on a time frame where, you know, it holds value. So I just wanted to point that out, right? Because people are always just waiting for a entry candlestick pattern to form. We've got these long wick rejections here, selling pressures here, definitely, but all this here, why does it have no value in my eyes? It's above the zone, above support. Selling pressure above support has no value in my eyes. Buying pressure below resistance has no value in my eyes. So that's what you want to work off. Now if I can just let's go on the 1 hour time frame. So let's just continue working from there, right? So that would have been one trade. Okay, so now price has come down here. We've got another zone created here. Let's go back to the 30-minute time frame and let price do its thing. Oh, see, okay, it's respected it. Now I'm not obviously use my confluences yet, you know, it's probably experience as well, but I'm not using all my confluence to why I'm drawing the zones the way I am. Actually I do go into a lot more detail. I actually made some videos as well how I draw the zones, but that's not how I personally draw the zones, right? It's you know, I've my own edge that I apply to mark of the best zones. So anyways, okay, so on the 1 hour time frame we can see this level created as well. Now we want to go to a smaller time frame again, right? So okay, something else I want to mention. If you see price consolidating, don't try to be a hero and try to trade through consolidation. You're gonna fall flat on your face every single time. It was NFP today as well, so this is obviously, you know, this is thanks to NFP. So I would be done, you know, like 1-2 hours before NFP, done for the day, right? It's only one day of the month, it's gonna go crazy. Why bother trading it? Let it just pass. So price, but let's just say, for example, you decided to, but you want to obviously ideally you want NFP to settle down like the zone, because what's going to happen is, even though there's so much volume that's coming in the markets, even though NFP the time has passed, it's going to still high chance it's going to disrespect your zones. And as you can see here, it's exactly done that, right? Some of the zones, they've been respected perfectly, but some, as you can see here, huge wicks, a lot of volume, you know, they've just been totally disrespected. So as price moves away, a lot of volume has come in, price has moved away. So how could you have taken this entry? Because price is breaking through, does it show us, is there a chance to get into the now this is clean, see, this is all right. This here consolidating through the zones like that, no thank you. So what you can do is just pop down to a much smaller time frame as well, if you want to, whichever one you want to work from. Okay, now look at this. Price kept breaking through. We've got a support level, mini support level established here, right? Let's change the color of this. Mini support level established here. So now what happens? Price has broken through this one as well, right? So we've broken through the major zone, we've broken through a minor zone. You can work your way off this one now. Now what you can see from here, this support on the 1 minute has been broken. huge bearish engulfing pattern here, right? That's your entry signal. You can take your trade from here. Stops above the wick high and the zone, major zone, and you could have got a nice 1 to 5 almost, and that's phase 2 past. If this would have gone a little bit further down, does it? I don't remember. Is this live? Okay, this part of the this is live. So you know, does it give us a 1 to 5 almost? Let's change the color of this. Okay, 1 to 5. Now obviously I've just put my volume higher. I just realized the mic's volume was a bit low, but it's okay, just made the changes. Now it's all about, even on an NFP crazy day, we was able to pull something out, right? Even over here. Why? Just using Confluences. The more time you spend on the charts, it's the easiest going to become for you. And I'll just keep, okay, I need to move this. I'll just keep drawing this one. Okay, let me just put this somewhere else. Put it on this side so there's no confusion. And the one I'm looking for is actually, let's put it on this side. Okay, perfect. So all these Confluences you can add, well, you don't need like 50 Confluences, right? You just need the 1 or 2 and then work from there. But again, zones are super important. But yeah, just want to keep it nice, short and simple, you know. And one tip before you go as well is spend as much time on the charts as you possibly can in the beginning. As you get better and better, your profit P&L start, you know, changing for the better. Then you want to start decreasing your hours. I still spend a lot of time on the charts. I'm just, you know, I just try to be a bit of a perfectionist, because I just believe in raw hard work. But you know, and obviously the markets are forever changing, so we should be forever learning and adapting, you know. So the point I'm trying to make is spend enough time on the charts in the beginning. You're gonna have to put the work in, simply because if you don't, you know, these kind of patterns like the double bottoms, double tops, head and shoulder patterns, your eyes won't pick them up. Eventually it just becomes second nature. It'll start sitting in your subconscious mind and you'll be able to pick it up. Yeah, let me see if there's another one actually. I mean, I can just move all this. I can remove all these drawings, right? Now let's bring this in. Let's just say, now this is on gold, so it's not going to be the best example. Sometimes price will create a double head, and you know, look at this, it's gone down there. And now obviously, you know, not the best example of a head and shoulder. You know, some people might even say it's actually like this. Let's try like this. And head and shoulders can sometimes have 2 heads as well, by the way, and then it just falls all the way like that. So, but my point I'm trying to make is, the more time you spend on the charts, your eyes will just naturally pick these things up. But yeah, I hope you found this helpful. Like, comment, subscribe, share, join the community as well. Link will be in the video description. We are above 1300 members, and yeah. And if you're looking for one-to-one mentorship as well, just message me one-to-one. And if you're even looking for the most affordable course on the internet, in my eyes, you know, and it's what's made me 700k funded. But yeah, just giving it out there for, you know, basically peanuts. But yeah, take care. I'm out.